What's up, guys? This is Keenan.
And this is Kate.
Welcome to Magestore podcast, Retail's New Normal series. Each episode will share stories about how retailers are recovering and thriving during the COVID-19 pandemic, with loads of retail operation, tips and tricks, lessons, and customer behavior during or post COVID-19. So the real question is, are you ready to adapt to the new normal?
Hi everyone, thank you for joining us and listening to our latest episode of the Retail's New Normal podcast. For today, we are talking about e-commerce in a time of COVID-19 with our special guest, Dominic, who is truly an expert on this topic. And we'll discuss everything there is to know about why you as a retailer need to go online to strengthen your retail business. So, hi Dom, thanks for joining us. Can you introduce yourself to the Retail's New Normal audience?
Sure, yeah. Hi Kate, hi Keenan. Thank you so much for having me today. I am Dominic and I am marketing manager from Simicart. I have been working in the e-commerce field for about 5 years, and today I'm thrilled to share with you my insights for online retail during the COVID-19 pandemic.
All right. Hey, Dom. So
Hi.
For Kate and the audience, just to make this more interesting, Dom and I usually work together, so we can definitely catch up after this. But hey, do tell the audience details about Simicart e-commerce products and services. So who often come to your business and who use the solution? Who would need your service, basically?
Sure. So Simicart's main products are mobile shopping app and progressive web app, which is mainly known as PWA, based on the Magento platform. So we have worldwide merchants make a digital transformation to their retail business. They can be someone who is just starting to build their online presence from scratch, or someone who wants to improve and expand the existing online channel. So for example, a business may already have an e-commerce website, but since most of their customers are on mobile, they often come to Simicart to build a mobile app to serve these customers.
So with your experience in e-commerce sector, can you also tell us how COVID-19 has triggered the digital and e-commerce turning point and its growth? I mean, like, do you have any statistics from both the market and maybe from Simicart statistic as well?
So we all know how COVID-19 affected the whole world when it broke out last year in the early 2020.
That's true.
Apart from taking people's lives, it's also totally changed the way we live and do business. Among many industries being negatively affected by COVID-19, the retail sector is severely hit. So bad that some call it the retail apocalypse. According to Forbes, more than 15,000 physical stores has to close down in 2020 due to the pandemic. However, COVID-19 opened a valuable opportunity for digital retail and e-commerce as consumers' behavior is changing towards online platforms. So according to the United States Department of Data, in the first half of 2020, consumers have spent nearly $350 billion for online purchasing, which is 30% higher compared to the same period in the previous year. So, and I think this number is expected to grow in 2021 and the upcoming years.
Right. Wow. So you mentioned a lot of detailed numbers that show how fast and sustainable the e-commerce growth is expanding now and also in the future. So I think audience might be interested in some e-commerce trend to see if they can apply to their business during the COVID-19 time. So can you have any insights about this, like some e-commerce features or customer shopping experience? Is there any significant changes compared to when there's no COVID at all?
Yes, I do actually. So there are two trends that we see from our customers during COVID. All right. So the first trend that we observe is the digital adaptation from traditional retailers.
Right.
There are more and more retailers who are completely new to e-commerce, shifting to online platforms to continue their retail business. So previously, most of our customers already have an e-commerce website of their own. They either come to us to improve the existing website or to build a new mobile shopping app as an additional channel. But now
Right.
the majority of our new customers have never had an online presence, and they all need to build a brand new e-commerce website from scratch.
Yeah, that's interesting. Anything else that you have?
So the second trend is the change in delivery options. We see a rise in demand for buy online, pickup in store, and curbside pickup, which was relatively rare before COVID. And I think this is understandable as it corresponds to shoppers' behavior changes.
Yeah, that is true actually. If you and the audience listen to episode 1, our guest speaker Riley also mentioned about the rising of using BOPIS, buy online pickup in store basically. So it is true. This is something that retailer has to take much closer look at, since COVID is not going anywhere, at least for a while, right? But from your experience implementing some projects with Magestore for customer, how is the link between e-commerce, the online website, and the points of sales, brick and mortar stores during this COVID time? And what is the e-commerce channel role versus POS channel role? Should retailers only focus on e-commerce channels during COVID?
Yeah, very interesting question. First of all, I think this is an opportunity for retailers of all sizes to seriously think about digital transform their business. Previously, it was an option, but now I think it's a must for business if they want to survive and compete. And I think this holds true even if COVID did not happen. With that being said, I don't think retailers should only focus on e-commerce channels, but to take advantage of both online and offline channels to build a true omnichannel customer experience. And for this, I think an e-commerce website and a POS system in a brick and mortar stores work perfectly together. This is especially true from the recent projects that Simicart and Magestore have done together, where Simicart PWA storefront creates a really fast and smooth online shopping experience, while Magestore POS enables self-checkout and in-store pickup.
Right. So that means merchants should go for like an omnichannel retail system, right?
Right.
I don't know if that term is familiar with the audience. So, but basically, it's like it means that the online website and the brick and mortar store are connected to each other, right? So I have one question for you. Like, if the retailers want to switch or run a new e-commerce or even an omnichannel system during this unexpected times, so what are some big challenges that they need to consider and prepare? Should they go for a short-term solution or a long-term solution?
Sure. The two biggest challenges for retailers when they start a new e-commerce system during this time, I think, are money and time. So most of the businesses who are hit by the pandemic has a very tight budget to invest in a brand new e-commerce system. So the challenge is to find an investment that fits the budget and gives a beneficial return. And time is also a challenging factor when the quick shift in consumer behavior forces businesses to act as quickly as possible. Most of them now faces a now or never situation where they only have a certain amount of time to establish an online presence before they go bankrupt.
So you listed those two challenges, but how do they overcome with the help of technology? Do you have any real examples to share with the audiences? Like, how do they use technology to overcome these challenges?
Yeah, sure. Today, technology can definitely help them overcome those challenges. A mobile app doesn't take as much time to develop as it was 10 years ago, and it also doesn't cost as much, all thanks to the advancement in technology that helps developing a mobile app much easier. So another example is PWA. It is much more affordable and faster to implement a PWA project today compared to 4 years ago. Because the PWA technology has been widely adopted, which leads to more developers, more documentation, and also more competition among PWA providers. So, for example, two of our most recent PWA projects are Temus and Anbahar. They are both retailers from the Middle East who seek help from Simicart to build their e-commerce system from scratch, based on Magento platform and PWA as a storefront. So the two projects took only 3 months each, with great results for both businesses.
All right. So
Amazing.
those two are done, right? The PLA
Uh,
projects are done, yeah? So to sum up, do you have any advice for retailers who want to go online and already go online but still struggling for sales during this time?
Okay, so my advice for retailers who want to go online during this time is to think of it as a long-term investment. So good results might not come right away, but with this inevitable change in technology and consumer behavior, they should keep a firm belief that they are making the right decision and think of the COVID pandemic as an opportunity to transform the business.
Right. That's wonderful. I think with all the insights and that you bring to the retail's new normal today will be so helpful, and I believe that will be so beneficial for all retailers out there who are experiencing like hardship during this pandemic. And we actually want this episode to be longer, but we hope that will like bring more exciting things in other episodes of the Retail's New Normal podcast someday in the future. And we really had a good time with you today, Dom. So thank you again for joining us today.
Yeah. Thanks, Kate, for Keenan for inviting me. It was my honor to be on the podcast today, and I hope we'll have more chances like this to share our retail insights with the audience.
All right. Right. We catch you later, Dom.
Okay.
Right. That's it for today's episode of Retail New Normal. Thank you all for listening to the episode, and don't forget to follow us in your favorite podcast app that you're listening to and receive more content from us about retail insights. And of course, don't miss our next episode. Make sure to also visit our website, Magestore.com, where you can also learn about doing retail the right way with all the tools and knowledge that will make your business a success. Once again, this is Keenan.
This is Kate.
Wishing you a happy podcasting.